Last year, my family and I almost died because of my beloved Amanda's memory loss. That day will haunt us for the rest of our lives. It was just a casual family dinner when my loving and caring wife, mother and grandmother, forgot to turn off the stove as she finished cooking. The gas spread throughout the house, and none of us noticed for hours. By the time we went to sleep, the entire place could have been turned into a crematorium, as even the tiniest spark could have blown us sky high. Luckily, our old gas alarm eventually went off and woke everyone up in the middle of the night, except for my two poor little grandchildren. The air in their room was barely breathable, and they were just minutes away from dying of asphyxiation. It was only by a miracle that they survived, and even up to this day, it gives me chills thinking about that moment. None of us ever realized, but it had all started a while ago, in such a seemingly simple way. My wife started forgetting to turn the lights off now and then, appointment dates, and even parts of her delicious recipes. But then things got worse, as in the following weeks, not only did she start finding it really hard to remember the names of her own grandchildren, but she was diagnosed with an advanced form of a terrible memory disease. Even up to this day, I cry like a child when I think about this. But as much as it hurt back then, in spite of every doctor telling us that doing anything other than following their prescribed medications is a dead end, I swore I would go to the end of this world to save Amanda. So I pushed myself on a dangerous yet extremely rewarding road, one where I witnessed firsthand the dark side of the memory industry and their soul-trapping racket. Yet, after 8 excruciating months, I did it. I not only helped my dear wife save her precious memory, but also managed to find a cheap, natural, and 100% efficient solution to end cognitive decay, something that made her 2 doctors throw their test results against the wall in utter shock as they looked at the incredible change. The same real solution that has sat until now hidden away at the bottom of a locked drawer in a forgotten Wall Street-funded big pharma lab. Who would much rather feed you expensive medications filled with side effects, watching your mind turn into nothing more than dust, than raise a finger to save your life? I finally understood how we can stop our brains from shutting down and fix brain and memory decline, no matter your age or how aggressive it appears to be. And if right now you think I'm crazy, I completely understand. But this is something that broke the US and European medical community in half. Latest university-approved sources tell they're now preparing to present this to their students in an extensive yearly course, something that isn't making the big pharma empire rulers too happy, especially since it was all done with 0 medical assistance, no crazy mental exercises, or their nauseating side effect-filled drugs. Oh, they were so wrong about all this. You need to listen to me today. Contrary to everything that every Ivy League written medical textbook says, with the exception of a few almost lost ancient healing compendiums, the actual reason why your memory is slowly dying has nothing to do with the years on your life clock, poor genetics, or whatever other cause they'll scuffle to find. It's all a lie. A deep pockets, greedy lie. In fact, as you see here today, your slowly aggravating memory and all the bad symptoms that come with it are just the side effects of something monstrous that's happening inside your central nervous system right now. Numerous top institutions like Harvard Medical School, National Medical Science Institute, or University of Adelaide have concluded breakthrough studies which finally prove that memory loss and all of its diseases are caused by a common yet little-known brain parasite, a silent, brain cell-eating beast that invades your neural system the very moment you take your first breath in the morning. It may sound like a plot for a Hollywood movie, but today the truth can't be denied. This parasite lies comfy inside your central nervous system, delighting itself with precious memories and well-being. For the first time in human history, 6 reputable medical institutions have established a common front, admitting that 1 out of every 3 Americans is infected by it. And what's more shocking, it mainly targets people over 40, not just seniors. The scariest thing about it is the symptoms usually are silent or show up when it may already be too late. Often, you may just ignore the small details of your memory loss, headaches, lack of attention, or even the deja vu sensations this parasite induces without you realizing, until it digs more and more into your brain, forcing you to eventually seek medical care for the rest of your life. More than 24 independent doctors are now warning people who've been experiencing confusion, brain fog, or forget even the most common day-to-day details for as little as 3 months now. You are in danger of completely losing your memory. And now, we finally know why. So, are you listening? Because in the next 90 seconds, I'm going to start explaining to you the exact mechanism behind this brain deterioration and sanity-killing process. This is as simple as it is dangerous, and what you must do immediately to shut this process down. Finally, I'm going to hand you over the key that unlocks pure, blissful, and perfect sharp memory. No matter if you're simply forgetting where you parked your car, missing items on your grocery list, or already dealing with an advanced form of memory loss. Just imagine, you'll never be the cause of your family's suffering. You'll never have to spend your well-deserved retirement years in a retirement home, having a nurse take you to the bathroom to make sure you pull down your pants before you pee, or face the humiliation, anger, and loneliness of seeing your children trying to hide their tears when they come to visit. Not knowing the reason for their tears is actually you. Instead of all these, you'll live your golden years in freedom, being fully conscious of yourself and everything around you. And you'll be able to entertain your grandkids with all those great memories of yours and also still give them wise grandparent advice every time they need it. And you'll always have your most precious memories to tell everyone. Yes, I know how it all sounds right now, and you're right. You've probably seen and heard all this before, far too many times. But I watched it with my own eyes. I saw my dear Amanda recover from this terrible disease. And if just for a second you don't think such a thing is possible, and if you're still hoping the pharma drug lords, together with their money-grabbing trained lapdogs that call themselves doctors, are going to help you, if you truly believe that they will eventually find a solution and release it far and wide from the goodness of their hearts and souls, then I'm afraid there's nothing more I can do for you right now. And I'm going to have to ask you to please step off this page. Bandwidth is limited on this website, and many others are waiting online to see the crucial memory-saving method that I'm about to share. Now, if you're a man or woman in your 80s, 60s, 40s, or even 30s and have been dealing with memory loss for as little as 3 months, 3 years, or 5 years or more, or if one of your loved ones is experiencing it, if you're afraid of that chilling thought that one day you might become a burden to your family or fail to recognize the faces of the people you care for the most, your own spouse, or even who you are. If your mind is a constant fog, no matter how much rest you get or how much you try to keep your thoughts organized, if you're just tired of always having to write down everything so you can remember it later, if you want to stop feeling confused, helpless, or overwhelmed with the amount of information you have to process in a regular conversation, and if you want to protect your brain from incurable, dangerous diseases, then stay right here. Because even as incredible as it sounds right now, soon all your wishes are about to come true. No matter your age, no matter how bad your memory has become, no matter your previous medical record, no matter how many things you've tried before that have ultimately failed you, there's so many more who escaped this nightmare. Here are some of the messages we've received from some of the 92,730 amazing people who tried this method that I'm about to share with you. Jennifer, 47, from Detroit says, "Today I got my memory loss diagnosis revoked. I was fighting a cruel memory disease for over 4 years, and I couldn't believe that after all this time and tears, all it took was this life-saving program and a few weeks of my life to turn everything back to normal. My doctor told me I was crazy, that I was somehow faking it. He was the fake one, him together with the pharma cohorts who sold me their phony medication and led me to think there's nothing else to do than just accepting my fate. And now, after I underwent all his tricky tests, he had to sign the papers and admit that I was no longer dealing with this disease. I no longer live in fear of getting my memory erased. My clear and sharp mind, my life is back, and I've got you to thank for it. Thanks a million times." Or Jacob, 53, from Nashville, who told us, "At first, I had my doubts like everyone in my position. I had tried so many things before which failed me. So how would this be any different? But once I checked your research, for the first time in who knows how long, it all made sense. Everything I found was 100% accurate, which makes me wonder, why was this kept private until now? I used to forget my keys all the time, where I parked my car at the supermarket, or what I ate the night before. But one time, when I was at a family dinner, I forgot it was actually my wife's birthday party. Not only did I forget to get her a present, but the entire evening, I acted like it was just a regular dinner. I even asked why we were singing happy birthday when the cake came. You can't imagine the judgmental stares I got from everyone there. I just wanted the earth to swallow me whole. Every day that passed, I used to feel like I was forgetting more and more things from my life. But that changed once I started using this system. No more confusion, fogginess, and most importantly, no more forgetting. I finally got the memory of an elephant. I'm no longer forgetting things. And more than that, all my memories from the past are so vivid and detailed now when I remember them. I cannot express how thankful I am for this. Hi, my name is Ted Shanks, and I have a sad and shocking story to share with you today. But first, there's something you should know about me. I'm no Ivy League graduate, no doctor, no pharmacologist, no health guru or national TV host. No, sir, no, ma'am. I'm just a husband who wished for nothing more than to retire together with my dear wife and spend the rest of our lives together. Amanda worked as a secretary for an accounting firm. Her mind was always kept busy with organizing appointments and stuff. She blamed her senior moments on stress. But these moments started getting out of hand. She started forgetting things like the water in the bathroom running, to pick up her own grandkids from school, appointments or recipes on a regular basis. Somehow, I convinced her we should pay a visit to the doctor. I was there with her just to be sure, after she told me she might forget to mention important details to him. It all started with a routine check. You probably know how these things go, where they ask her a few weird questions and run some sorts of tests. They had her do things like keep her balance, walk in a straight line, diction, read fast, some meaningless tongue twisters, or complete a mini Kogan quiz. Don't worry, I'll just prescribe you some drugs and your memory will soon get better, the doctor said. Unfortunately, her medication seemed to not be working at all. Not even the Aricept or the Razodone, which are lauded as being the best pills for memory. They gave her a permanent state of nausea and fatigue. After months and months of appointments, countless drug changes, and false hopes, the young doctor finally told her the devastating truth. I'm afraid your memory is not going to get better. In fact, there's a high chance that you'll eventually develop a memory disease. It's just the way it works for people like you. What do you mean for people like me? Amanda shouted at him in desperation. Well, you see, Amanda, you're not getting any younger, the doctor said, looking at her in sorrow. So he prescribed her more pills and told me that if they made her feel sick or she found them not working, she could just let the disease take over and stop fighting it. In fact, we have a special offer for a nursing home that specializes in caring for people with memory loss, he said to me, smiling. It tore my soul apart. So what he was saying that there's no way to fix Amanda's declining memory. Instead, she can keep filling herself up with medication and wait for her lifetime memories to vanish while paying thousands of dollars for it. But the worst was yet to come, because little did I know back then, behind her memory problems, an army of hungry parasites was delighting themselves with consuming her lovely memories. Then, one Sunday night, something terrible happened. Amanda experienced the most horrific moment in her life and left everyone questioning her ability to handle even the simplest things on her own. We used to invite our children and grandchildren over to have dinner together every week. And what happened then will follow each of us forever. My wife used to cook for us her amazing recipes. It was her pleasure to do it. But that night, at some point when she finished cooking, she forgot to turn off the stove, and none of us noticed. The stove ran for hours, silently leaking gas in the house. We had dinner and enjoyed the time together and soon went to bed while the bomb was ticking in the kitchen. The house could have blown up like fireworks at any time. All it needed was just a tiny spark. Our one tiny bit of luck that night was the old smoke detector alarm, which finally went off and woke us up in the middle of the night. Instinctively, I shouted my lungs out over and over again, "Do not turn on the lights. There is a gas leaking," so everyone could hear me. I was in a panic. I desperately started running through the entire house in order to evacuate my family. But as I was approaching my grandchildren's room, my heart started beating like a running horse. I could smell the gas, stronger and stronger with every step. Now I was in a race against the clock. When I entered the room, none of them were up. The air was barely breathable. I grabbed them and rushed outside with my eyes full of tears. Millions of dark thoughts went through my mind as I was watching everyone trembling and crying beside my unconscious grandchildren and waiting for the ambulance. My wife had such a hard time trying to comprehend what she did. Her eyes burst in tears of guilt. She started having a panic attack. Everything happened so fast, from a cheerful dinner night to both my grandchildren and wife being hospitalized. Then it hit us. Amanda was officially diagnosed with the merciless memory disease of all of them. In 1 or 2 years from now, your wife will not be able to understand what she reads, writes, or even to walk in the park all by herself anymore. You should start looking for someone to help you care for her, said the doctor, as if there was nothing else to do but wait for her sanity to fade away. Now, the strangest thing happened to me while I was there in the hospital with her. The week she spent in medical care, there was a doctor who would come in every day to check on her and do more of those tests. But one morning it was different. A couple of minutes after the doctor did his routine, a nurse came in and left me a note saying the following words: "Don't let them know you got this from me. I was never here." I couldn't clearly see her. Everything happened so fast, and she was gone by the time I opened the note. Now, on the note, there was a weird internet address, a username, a password, a doctor's name, and his phone number. The name written on the note was Dr. Kelly. I didn't recognize him or even that name, so I did a little bit of research. Apparently, he was not your everyday ordinary doctor. You see, Dr. Kelly was known as one of the best neurologists in his field. Not only did he revolutionize this medical area, but also had a PhD in microbiology, that helped him research brain-related infections. And if this wasn't enough, Dr. Kelly had received countless medical awards throughout his prolonged career, and yet this was a professional you wouldn't see on TV or magazine covers. And it makes sense, since he only worked for extremely famous people that had kept their identity fully concealed. And what really shocked me was the fact that he was able to fully treat patients without any expensive modern equipment or any expensive medication. Dr. Kelly did his job through nature. I was in awe. So what did this genius doctor want me to know? I had to find out. So I decided to give him a call. He seemed pretty weird and straightforward on the phone. All he said was, access the link, use the credentials from the note to log in, and give me a call when you're ready, and then he hung up. So I went online and checked the fascinating archive. I was shocked and intrigued to discover a collection of scientific facts and research regarding memory loss. There was a specific article pinned to the top of the page. I figured he wanted to show me this. It was a new breakthrough study published in the scientific journal Brain Behavior Immunity. And I never, ever in my life felt so mind-blown. A team of Germany's most renowned scientists spent years analyzing each inch of the human brain and finally came up to a shocking conclusion. They identified an insidious parasite laying in the brain tissue that's responsible for memory deterioration. The study gathered results from 82 participants with similar memory disease from mild to advanced. What they found is that the ones who were most infected with this parasite showed severe brain damage and memory loss-associated symptoms. It also showed something even more shocking. 30% of America's population may be infected with this parasite. Could it really be something as simple as this, I asked myself? I had to know for sure. So I did more research. It turned out some of the most common infection sources are undercooked meat consumption and stray cats. According to the world-renowned Dr. George Fenwick, around 80% of the U.S. cats carry the intruding parasite. And a study from Stanley Medical Research Institute showed this parasite could be anywhere around public areas, parks, or school grounds. Now, of course, it's not these poor animals' fault. They're just innocent carriers. As for me, I needed more information on what exactly this parasite is and how it was eating my wife's precious memories. As I kept digging, I struck gold. Another study said that most of the time, this intruder is slyer than a snake, showing no significant symptoms but aggressively and silently poisoning your mind. It can lay dormant in the human brain for decades and might still cause negative effects in a body such as lack of attention or even ADHD-like symptoms. But at the very moment it awakens, that's when the memory apocalypse begins. Unfortunately, Leibniz Research Center for Working Environment and Human Factors found that seniors between 50 and 80 years old are the most affected by the memory loss consequences caused by this parasite, due to their lower immunity. It was possible that my dear Amanda, along with many others, was infected with this silent parasite ever since her childhood. But she wasn't aware of it. I mean, how couldn't she? When all the brain scans, all the tests they do is just to look at the damaged areas of your brain and not the thing that damaged them. But being a senior is not a memory decay sentence. Not at all. Aging is natural, and it's supposed to be a beautiful and calm phase of our lives. Now, looking at all this, I was puzzled. The first thing that came into my mind was, obviously, searching for antibiotics and treatments against this parasite. Big mistake. You probably already know how dangerous antibiotics of any kind are. While I was digging more and more, I was able to see there are 4 treatments that have to be taken at the same time for a period of over 6 months in order to only minimize the parasite spread in the organism and brain. Antibiotics made from substances I can't even spell? That's how synthetic and chemical they are. And the side effects? They can put you into an early grave 10 times faster than the disease itself. My eyes filled with angry tears because I didn't want that for my wife, and she was already suffering too much. So I kept thinking, was this parasite so powerful, and there was really nothing that could banish it? So I called Dr. Kelly immediately and arranged to meet at his private lab. But Dr. Kelly also had a sad story he wanted to share with me. When he was a little boy, his grandfather died from a horrendous memory loss affliction, which made him, on his final days, to even forget how to chew and swallow his food. His death marked Dr. Kelly, and that was the exact reason why he chose to be a neurologist in the first place. As for my wife's illness, only fate could have brought us both together. Dr. Kelly proceeded to explain the one thing we had missed so far. "What do we know about the real cause, Ted?" he asked me in an enthusiastic tone. "Of course this parasite damages the brain even when it's dormant, but especially when it's active," he continued. Then he explained it to me. The sneaky intruder has been plaguing Amanda's brain for maybe decades before the signs of her memory loss actually appeared. Even if she flushes this parasite out of her body, the damage process will still go on as the disease runs its course. Moreover, the chances of getting reinfected are high since we're literally surrounded by it, and that creates a vicious cycle with no exit. In plain English, it was not enough to get rid of this microscopic zombie. We also had to fix the already done damage and help the brain shield itself. Now, the brain does not even need antibiotics. It has an immune system of its own, different and superior from what the rest of the body requires, Dr. Kelly continued. It needs specific and crucial vitamins, minerals, and organic compounds to fight infections and build a wall against intruders. And if this parasite cannot reach into the neural system, it cannot survive anywhere else in the body. You see, over the years, I tested over 400 formulas on twice as many patients, and the results were unbelievable. They all recovered from their memory loss, he told me. But with the pandemic happening, I've been having trouble finding some high-quality suppliers, and my lab isn't nearly well equipped enough to be able to create the formula here. I have the formula and the quantities noted on my laptop. All I need is to find some trustworthy manufacturers and a pristine facility, and your wife's memory will be fixed. It was the first time in forever when I felt there was actually hope for Amanda. So we got to work. We spent quite some time looking for the best manufacturers and facilities out there, and I tell you, it wasn't an easy task. You wouldn't believe how many scammers there are out there. After working tirelessly for what seemed like ages, we managed to find 2 top-rate, high-quality manufacturing labs right here in our own country. Not only that, but we even found an FDA-approved, GMP-certified facility with a strict disinfection protocol that matched all our criteria. All we needed now was someone to test the formula, and what better person than Amanda? I'll admit, Amanda was reluctant at first, since every doctor we saw crushed her hopes. But she saw how much effort Dr. Kelly and I put into this, so she decided to give it a try. What was really amazing for me about this formula is that Dr. Kelly managed to synthesize it in the form of a veggie capsule, which was extraordinary, even for himself. The formula was meant to kill the parasite, help the brain regenerate itself, and also give Amanda her memories back. Now, the first days, nothing major happened, and I could see Amanda's disappointment. A few days later, her memory lapses became less and less frequent. She started remembering things from the days we first met, our first date, even what dress she wore, and how my cheesy joke impressed her. It was amazing, but I tried not to get my hopes up just yet. Then days went by, and Amanda's mood completely changed. She became more active. Her mind became sharper. She even helped our grandson Josh with his homework. It was her way of saying she was sorry. It was also her way of letting me know that she was back. She just didn't realize it yet. But I could see it on her face, that feeling when you know everything is right in the world. Something that sometimes you don't even notice, but your loved ones do. A little more time passed, and there was no sign of Amanda's memory problems. She was no longer depressed. She was back to telling us her best stories. She could recall things even we had forgotten long before. Tears broke down my cheeks as I saw my wife smiling for the first time in months. I called Dr. Kelly the second I realized what was happening to her. As happy as he was, he said we needed to be cautious, and he recommended that she still use the formula for a couple of more weeks, just to see if anything changes, and that I should consult with her previous doctor to ask for a second opinion. When Amanda and I went to see the doctor who hadn't been willing to give a dime on her condition, we were scared. But we also knew there was no way her memory would not have improved. I mean, we saw it with our own eyes. I swear, the moment her doctor looked at her test results, he took off his glasses, rubbed them on his shirt, put them on again, and looked again. He simply did not believe it. It worked. My Amanda was back. My wife's memory loss condition was gone. She was no longer condemned to a life of loneliness and emptiness. The incredible formula was the key to my dear wife's sanity and happiness. After a few more days of using this program, I realized that her mental capabilities also significantly improved. She could memorize a phone number after just 2 times of reading it. Not to mention, after a routine checkup, her blood pressure and sugar levels were now normal again. Her mind was incredibly sharp. She could focus for a really long time and would work with the same energy for hours without feeling mentally tired. We were amazed by how powerful and potent our formula was. However, it wasn't enough for us in order to deem it a total success. We needed to see if this worked only on Amanda or on other people too. So Dr. Kelly and I posted some ads on Reddit and in a local newspaper to see if we could gather a handful of people to take part in our testing. We couldn't believe our eyes. After a week, 274 people aged from 40 to 85 from different backgrounds and geographic locations decided they wanted to be part of our revolutionary study. This was amazing. We couldn't contain our excitement knowing that so many people were putting their hope in us and our remarkable discovery. There were people among them who've been dealing with memory loss for years, and some only started a few months prior. We gave each of them a test form to fill out as they were using the formula to note their progress and sent them home. Now, I thought the first results were only going to come in after at least 8 weeks. But never in a million years could I have imagined the results would be so incredible and would come so soon. After running some tests in our own lab, as well as in 3 other private independent ones, we saw something we never thought possible. 100% of the participants got their memory and sanity back. And that's not all. 84 people got rid of headaches, burned out feelings, and now said they didn't need to write down grocery lists, addresses, or even phone numbers. 53 said they could clearly concentrate now on difficult tasks they wouldn't be able to pay attention to before. 21 stated they can read a 300-page book in just 1 day without feeling overwhelmed or tired. 15 of them started to manifest incredible mental multitasking, as in successfully paying attention to 2 different tasks at once, while 10 others even said they had never been good at math and now they're doing their own taxes or helping their grandchildren solve exercises. It was a total success. It was at that moment when we knew we had to make it public. So Dr. Kelly managed to pull some strings and we found a small independent natural pharmaceutical company. And we locked the contracts with the suppliers that offered the purest ingredients, even though the resources were really scarce. In the end, we decided to share this unique formula with everyone. I almost cracked my back as I jumped high when I saw the final product, something that would finally give people their clear and sharp memory back. And that's why I'd like to present the safest, fastest, and most effective way to restore your memory, to get your dignity and sanity back and protect your brain for years to come. It's my honor to introduce to you CogniStrong, a one-of-a-kind formula designed to repair your brain, help you regain your memories, and protect your mind against insidious intruders until you're an old man or woman in your late 90s. CogniStrong contains a formula like no other, designed to activate, boost, and maintain the recovery process of your brain while fighting and killing all its enemies. It helps you get rid of those embarrassing and dangerous senior moments once and for all. You'll never again find yourself lost in the middle of the conversation or have to watch others make fun of you because you forgot simple things like where you put your keys. This incredible formula will make you learn faster, boost your creativity, give you brighter moods, and stimulate your brain for a new level of focus you weren't even aware you're capable of. All of these with the help of some of the most powerful brain defense nutrients out there. For starters, we added a specific amount of an all-natural organic compound your brain and body needs to build an unbreakable wall around your memories. But this formula contains more than just some powerful ingredients. It contains a chance to age gracefully, the ability to remember a name or a face in a million, a clear and sharp mind capable of solving even the hardest mental challenges, the enthusiasm grandchildren get when they hear endless and vivid stories, the help to finally leave behind humiliation, embarrassment, all the dark moments caused by memory loss and its diseases. It contains joy, health, and millions of blank sheets to put your memories on. To help you achieve that, Dr. Kelly and I had to make sure our formula supported brain health from every possible angle. And the way this program works is groundbreaking. We moved on and tested the formula in over a dozen independent labs, both from America and Europe, with over 5,200 initial brave volunteers from 20 different countries. All this while making sure all ingredients can sustain high quality and purity. Lab tests have shown us that in order for this program to be efficient, all the ingredients have to be mixed only in these exact quantities and in this exact formula. And what we achieved is what experts call a medical breakthrough. Here's a short explanation of how these ingredients work and why they're so powerful. First phase was to eradicate the parasite once and for all. And Dr. Kelly thought of the perfect ingredient for that, which is curcuma longa, also known as turmeric. According to a 2015 study, this amazing plant root has an extremely powerful effect against this specific parasite. Turmeric contains many plant substances, but one group, curcuminoids, has the greatest memory restoration action. Its main compound, curcumin, has an anti-parasitic effect on the brain tissue and surroundings. Curcumin holds a high place in Ayurvedic medicine as the cleanser of the body, and in clinical trials it's been proven to destroy this parasite in no time. Step 1, repair damaged brain tissue and shield it against memory diseases. More than this natural compound is a strong antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and has lipophilic action that improves cognitive function and brain damage. A study published in the U.S. National Library of Medicine shows it promotes memory improvement and not only prevents deadly memory diseases from taking over your brain, but it also showed significant regeneration of brain tissue in participants with advanced forms of memory loss. It basically reverses the damage. That's because curcumin also supports wound healing and regenerates eaten parts of the brain like this parasite was never there. Step 2, make sure the parasite is killed for good. Now, this dangerous intruder is killed and brain damage fixed, but the next 2 compounds make sure the job is finished. Dimethoxycurcumin gives curcumin a helping hand in getting rid of the parasite, while bisdimethoxycurcumin reduces the inflammatory wounds and regrows stronger cells in the brain tissue. Unlike curcumin, these 2 powerful compounds are extremely rare and they're found in small quantities. That's why we made sure to carefully extract more turmeric curcuminoids and double their quantity inside the formula. So not only are these 3 compounds crucial for killing the dangerous parasite in your brain tissue, but it also shields it from memory diseases once and for all. Now, this isn't all. We made sure the brain is disease-free and safe, but here's how CogniStrong is different than anything available on the market. Decades of precious memories are almost impossible to restore, but with this powerful formula, we made sure you also regained your vivid and detailed memories. No other product is able to do this. That's why, along with the exact amounts of curcumin, dimethoxycurcumin, and bisdimethoxycurcumin found inside the turmeric, we added the wonderful and famous mind-restoring Butcher's Broom. So here's how Phase 2 works. Step 3. Bulletproof the brain against cognitive decline and enhance neural activity. Almost like a miracle plant, Butcher's Broom contains a total of 13 vitamins and minerals, specifically designed by Mother Nature to keep your memories alive and full. Butcher's Broom is also rich in vitamins and minerals that are fundamental to a healthy cognition and neuronal activity. Even the slightest lack of any of these lead to death of otherwise healthy brain cells. Your brain is basically hungry for these cell-renewing compounds. As the parasite has eaten out nutrients your brain desperately needs, refilling it back is what it has to do. Vitamins B6 and B2 team up as some of the best vitamins for memory. A 2019 study published in Clinical Epigenetics found that memory deteriorating can become more active due to the lack of these brain vitamins, which otherwise help repressing cognitive decline. Vitamin B12 deficiency counts as a risk factor for deadly memory diseases, asserts 2020 research in the Curious Journal of Medical Science. This comprehensive review states that severe vitamin B12 deficiency increases the risk of experiencing a memory illness by 49%. Counteract these troubling statistics by getting enough vitamin B12, one of the best vitamins for memory. And fortunately, Butcher's Broom has plenty of it in the exact form and composition the brain needs. Step 4. Brain cells and neurotransmitters nourish and brain activity improves. This is a crucial step, as here's where memory improves the most thanks to saponins and flavonoids. Saponins and flavonoids are main bioactive compounds found in Butcher's Broom and have a strong effect on restoring and keeping brain functions at its peak. In plain English, you can recollect your long-lost memories, your first day of school, your first date, even what you did on 4th of July, 2005. They will come back even sharper and more detailed than before. Step 5. Get rid of anxiety and insomnia and ultra boost your energy levels. The following organic nutrients found inside Butcher's Broom not only fortifies your memories, but also boost your mood, energy, and gets you rid of terrible feelings that don't allow you to have a nice and restful sleep. Vitamin C, vitamin B1 and B2, calcium, magnesium, iron, potassium. All of them act like a super cocktail your brain craves. It will regulate your feel-good chemicals, so you'll enjoy a stress-free life and keep your memory sharp to deep old age. Now, what's even more interesting is that Curacama longa and Piper nigrum are meant to form a team. They work amazingly on their own, but once they pair up, imagine how undefeatable they become. According to Dr. Kelly, and proven by a study, this combination is 10 times stronger in both parasite killing and memory booster than either one of them alone. And once they're mixed in the exact quantities, nothing can overcome them. Now, you have 2 questions at this point. How can I get my hands on CogniStrong? And in what quantity should I take this supplement? You see, it's difficult for me to answer the first question. That's because most of the ingredients used to make CogniStrong are extremely hard and time-consuming to source, which makes our ability to keep high stocks on hand almost impossible. Every woman and man that has tested CogniStrong and improved their memory is asking us for more bottles, for themselves and for their families and friends. This makes our stock run out in days, every time we get a new shipment. And you should know that we produce CogniStrong in small batches only, which takes up to 3 months to deliver, which means that once we run out of stock, we'll have to wait another 3 months until you can get your hands on this formula. Then there's the big pharma army of angry lawyers who threaten to shut us down if we don't take this formula down. Now, since you're here, your product is reserved. But unfortunately, if you leave this page, we cannot guarantee supply when you come back. Now, regarding how you should use CogniStrong, 1 capsule per day and a big glass of water is enough to recover your precious memories and well-being. It's recommended that you do so every day for at least 30 days. This will provide you with the necessary nutrients to clear, strengthen, and protect your brain. As you can see, we made sure your brain gets everything it needs to function just like brand new. Because while aging is normal and beautiful, memory deterioration is definitely not. This formula offers you the chance to protect yourself against memory decline and brain diseases by providing all the nutrients your brain needs to function correctly. Soon you'll realize the true benefits, like how efficient you'll become at even the hardest mental task. Yet another benefit of the formula, reported by every single person who took CogniStrong, is that your brain is restored. Your confidence will skyrocket. Imagine how amazing it would be to be able to learn a new language in just a week before your next trip outside the country. Imagine being able to recognize faces and instantly call up names without having to squeeze your brain every time somebody stops you to say hi at the grocery store. Or just not having to ask your kids' help even for the simplest tasks that require technology. Instead, you'll be able to learn faster, listen better, find more creative solutions to literally every challenge, react faster, and focus deeper than you did on your best days back when you were younger. CogniStrong will get you from forgetting why you left the house to having your friends lining up just to hear your worthy political ideas. CogniStrong is only produced using the highest quality ingredients in an FDA-approved top-ranked facility using the latest technology and equipment. This is why we can confidently say that CogniStrong is safe to use and will provide long-lasting results. Our formula is also vegetarian, gluten-free, and 100% GMO-free, with every ingredient being sourced from its original place. Moreover, at the end of the day, we take out a sample from each batch and send it to lab test to ensure 100% formula compliance. I remember racking my brain all day trying to find the ingredients from Dr. Kelly's list at affordable prices for my dear wife. Well, Big Pharma must be thinking we're all millionaires, or at least they act like it when their doctors prescribe over-expensive medications. Just take a quick look on Amazon and you'll see that they charge you $58.63 for a bottle of turmeric and $44.20 to $54.67 for a pepperine bottle. That's a total of over $140 per month for just 2 unmixed ingredients that we have perfectly blended into our formula. And let's not even talk about how inconvenient it would be to swallow 12 different pills every day just to reach the needed amount of active nutrients these ingredients have. A little while ago, I watched as my dear wife's memories were fading away, and I felt powerless. I felt there was nothing I could do, and it scared the life out of me. So when it comes to how much of CogniStrong you should take, our safe response is don't risk it. After seeing the results of over 92,000 men and women from all over the world, we recommend taking at least 3 bottles of CogniStrong over a period of 90 days. And if you want to be completely safe, then we recommend taking at least 6 bottles or more. This is guaranteed to naturally restore your clear and sharp memory for the rest of your days. Tens of thousands of men and women have confidently used CogniStrong with mind-blowing results. They now enjoy the new life that has been given to them. They live a happy, full life where they don't have to constantly write down everything, do mental flips trying to remember where you parked your car, or not being able to concentrate. They are stress-free and anxiety-free. They are now free and ready to explore the beauty of this world with their own eyes, with their beautiful, perfectly healthy and sharp memory. And their confidence levels are holding high and strong since they don't have to deal with this frustrating problem anymore. People like Martin Gilmore, a 44-year-old who says, "This product is remarkable. I was diagnosed with a memory illness, and every doctor I went to tried to say that basically, I'm running out of time. Of course, I began taking dozens of pills every day, never questioning my doctor's intentions. I thought, at least they're helping me buy myself some time, but instead, those horrible drugs only made me sick. But then I ran into this formula, and I said, at least it's worth a try, but I wasn't ever expecting it to work so well. I burst into tears when the more days passed and the more lucid and better I started feeling. How every day was like unlocking a new memory I never knew I had in my mind. It changed my life, and never could I be thankful enough for posting this online. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Ted." And here's a WhatsApp text from Josh Button, 54 years old, who says, I became so neglecting due to my memory problems. My daughter never let me go to the playground alone with my grandkids. She was afraid of losing them because I might forget about them and leave the park trying to figure out what I was doing there. I feel blessed and honored I get to use this solution. It's the only thing that really helped me regain my memory faster than I ever dreamed of and being closer to my family. Thank you so much. Or Mike F., 83, who emailed us this emotional message. Before giving CogniStrong a try, my wife and I used to argue all the time because of my forgetfulness. Of course, it started off so innocently, like any other disease. I was forgetting to take the trash out or buy some milk on my way home. She thought I was doing all these on purpose, and I don't blame her. I was so confused all the time. But then she watched the presentation thinking about me, and a lot of facts matched my situation. By the way, incredibly well done research and findings. My wife had a strong feeling about this supplement and bought it without thinking twice. Now, after 7 months of using it, all I can say is that my brain feels like I'm back in my 20s. She keeps recommending CogniStrong to all of our friends and relatives, and even my 50-year-old daughter and her husband started taking it just to dodge the bullet in the future. Our memory is stronger than it has been in years. We regained our lust for life and argue no more since I keep in mind what I have to do for our house. Everyone who passed 40 should give this a try. The Brain Booster does not compare to anything in the world. Thank you so much, Ted. Stories like these are incredible, but they're not unique. Every day my phone rings and another email or text message pops up on my screen. Thousands of people who now enjoy their strong memory and the new life that has been given to them. And I think at a certain point, you found yourself in those stories. And deep down, you realize I would not have shared this story online if I didn't want to help as many people as possible. Now, knowing all this, $347 seems like a fair price for something that can make you full of life again, that can give you back your memories and sanity. It's not even close to how much you'd spend on useless mental exercises, doctor appointments, or dangerous drugs that only fill you with frustration and pain. And it's definitely less than what you'd pay for those ingredients separately. Yet, CogniStrong, unlike any other product in the world, helps you regain your sharp memory by targeting the root cause of your problem. But then again, this isn't about the money for me. It truly isn't. I never want anyone to go through the things Amanda has been through. The fear she constantly felt that her memory would crack at some point. I never want anybody to feel that. That's why today, on this website only, you can get that strong memory you deserve and regain your life back for just $69 and not a penny more. Now here's the thing. It's safe to say that a bottle of CogniStrong will flush out the dangerous parasite, restore your mind's clarity, and make you remember all your forgotten memories. 3 bottles of CogniStrong will also repair the damage, strengthen your nerve cells, and nourish your brain, all while doing the most critical part, creating a protective barrier around your brain, so you'll never have to deal with this parasite ever again. But there's a reason why 98% of our online friends choose the 6 bottles package. Once you go with the 6 bottles package, in just a few months from now, you'll boost your mental capacity, enhance your creativity, and improve your learning and brain performance. And it will make you immune against any related memory disease. Many years from now, you'll still have strong and sharp memories because you choose 6 bottles of CogniStrong and created a bulletproof vest around your brain. And of course, we want to help you as much as we can, and because I know how important it is to achieve your goal and also maintain the health of your entire neural network, after talking to our manufacturer, we're able to offer a huge discount on the 3 and 6 bottle package when you place your order today. Sounds good? Take a look below. Once you select your package and hit the button, you'll be taken to our secure order page. It takes less than a minute to enter your payment information, and once your order is confirmed, we'll discreetly ship CogniStrong straight to your doorstep. No one besides you will know it's there. It's a promise. So go ahead and select below now while stock lasts. Over 92,000 people all across America and the world are now living proof that CogniStrong can finally help you achieve the memory of an elephant while giving you the clarity of your thoughts. All backed by over a dozen scientific papers published in some of the most prestigious medical journals in America. Now, this may be a little shocking to you, and I understand. After all, the memory care industry has been preying on you from the moment you first understood you had bad sight. So let's change that right now. Dr. Kelly and I put everything we had into this program, and we sure as sunlight stand behind it. That's why with every bottle of CogniStrong, you get an ironclad 60-day, no-question-asked money-back guarantee. It works like this. You select one of the packages below and hit the buy button. You give the program a try and experience the incredible results as tens of thousands of people did before you. You watch as your life becomes better with a strong memory. You see how good it feels to always remember the things you never thought you would without going through photos, notebooks, or anything like that. And if for any reason whatsoever you're not satisfied with the results, send me or Dr. Kelly an email and we'll refund every penny you invested into this program. No hassle, no questions asked, no red tape. But please hurry. We now have the solution that's going to cause major losses to the memory care industry, and it's something they don't like very much, which makes this website their #1 priority in the takedown list. You think they won't do it? This is the second time I'm uploading this video, and they keep finding ways to push us back. They know that once this formula reaches enough people, it will be too late to stop it, and they don't want that to happen. And that day is coming really fast, given how fast CogniStrong sells right now. So they're now fighting more than ever to take us down. Now, while you're still here, do not hesitate. Next time you come back, it may be game over, and you won't see this solution ever again. I may still try to spread it on my private WhatsApp group or on Telegram, but as I've come to realize, these sneaky pharma-paid moles are paid to infiltrate everywhere. So hit the button below right now and don't risk your only chance of getting your memory restored. It's time for you to make a choice. The decision you're about to make will decide the course of the rest of your life. You can choose to stop spending your money on the same old products on the market and hope in vain for a miracle to happen, when you already know that even though they may alleviate symptoms for a while, they do not treat the root cause of your memory loss. Or you can take this small step now. Pick your package, hit the button below, and get control over your mind and life again. You have the power to restore your sharp memory, and it's only one click away. No more confusion, no more forgetfulness, no more lack of focus, no more headaches, no more embarrassment, no more fear of developing a memory disease in the near future. You have the power to get your happiness back. And it costs close to nothing, especially when compared to the price you pay every time you visit your doctor. Not to mention the damage it has had on every aspect of your life and your mind and your body. This formula works for anyone, no matter the age, lifestyle, or the severity of this condition. Plus, you're protected by our 60-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So go ahead and select your package now. And you can start being the person you've always wanted to be. It all starts now with a single click, and it takes less than a minute. Do it now and give CogniStrong a chance. Still here? No worries, I understand. If so, it probably means you have some more questions about CogniStrong, so let me go ahead and answer them now before you secure your order. Is it really possible to heal my memory loss? The quick answer is yes. You see, the reason why CogniStrong is so effective is because of its special ingredient composition and the way it acts on your CNS and brain. Other products may have temporary effects on your memory, slowing down the disease from taking over your brain, but they don't actually heal your memory. CogniStrong, on the other hand, goes directly to the root cause of your problem in a unique and proprietary way and restores the damage, giving you a sharp memory, just like Mother Nature wanted you to have. Is it okay to take CogniStrong if I have allergies or I'm currently taking other supplements? We created CogniStrong for all ages and medical conditions. The only side effect you'll see while using it will be the shocked look on people's faces when they see how well you remember things from years ago. CogniStrong heals your memory in an extremely safe and natural way. You should also know that CogniStrong is produced using high-quality ingredients in an FDA-approved facility using the latest technology and equipment. That is why we can confidently say CogniStrong is safe to use. Now, as always, if you suffer from allergies or other certain medical conditions at this very moment, we strongly advise that you consult with your doctor first. Is this program for me? Yes, CogniStrong has 0 side effects, and it doesn't interfere with any medications or diet. We receive countless emails in our inbox saying that they would recommend this supplement to their children, friends, and grandparents in a flash, so you know this is available for everyone. Will I be seeing results soon? The moment you begin taking CogniStrong is when the healing process begins. And once your neural system assimilates all the nutrients they need, you'll start seeing results in just a few weeks. What if it doesn't work for me? Can you tell me about that guarantee again? Tens of thousands of people are already living proof that CogniStrong will work for you. Of course, no two bodies ever work in exactly the same way. A small number of people might find it doesn't work for them as they expected, and that's why every bottle of CogniStrong comes with a risk-free 60-day money-back guarantee. If you decide CogniStrong is not for you, you can return what you haven't used in full for an immediate, no-questions-asked refund. Is this program still going to be available over the next year? It's hard to say. The adult drug manufacturers are not going to step aside and watch as their long-kept secret gets spilled everywhere. The formula is already causing them major losses. People who keep spending countless money on therapies, exercises, or medication are now leaving those barbaric methods in the past in favor of this groundbreaking discovery. That's why we don't know if this program will still be here this year, next month, or even next week, to be honest. So this may be your last chance to get CogniStrong. The choice is up to you, of course. But I wouldn't wait until it's already too late and this website is removed from the internet. Also, you should know that the only place you can get CogniStrong is right here on this page. Is taking CogniStrong safe? Yes. CogniStrong is 100% safe to use. However, if you feel like you need a second opinion on it, we strongly recommend showing a bottle of this to your doctor and see what he thinks of it too. Also, we always recommend that you maintain a healthy lifestyle while taking CogniStrong to enjoy its long-term benefits. I'm in. What's next? It's very easy. Select one of the packages below and hit the Buy Now button. Try the program for 2 full months, and if you're unhappy with the results, send me an email. I'll make sure you get your investment back. So go ahead and click the button below. I hope I answered all your remaining questions, and by now you can safely and confidently order your own supply of CogniStrong today. Also, I feel like it's my duty to confess that in order to achieve the best results, my personal recommendation is that you choose either the 6 or at least a 3-bottle package. So go ahead and secure your package now. Fill in the shipping details on the other side and start enjoying a better, stronger memory like it was always meant to be. I can't wait for you to share with me your incredible results.